We have some huge Daizen Maeda transfer news to discuss in today's video, as we have a big update on him. Not only that, but we will also go over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Marco Tillio is set to leave Celtic for Rapid Vienna on loan, choosing to continue his career in Europe rather than return to Australia. The deal includes a purchase clause triggered if he makes a certain number of appearances for the Austrian side. The winger, 23, returned to Melbourne City last season for a short spell where the A-League club had hoped to keep him longer. Despite interest from his former side, Tillio has decided to pursue another opportunity in European football. During his time back in Melbourne, Tillio made a strong impression, reminding supporters why he was seen as one of the country's top young talents. But his focus is now firmly on making an impact in Austria. Celtic have given the move the go-ahead, with the loan viewed as a chance for Tillio to play regular football and further his progress in a demanding league. Melbourne City's director of football, Michael Petrillo, paid tribute to Tillio's impact at the club and backed his decision to return to Europe. He said this: "Marco has been a tremendous player for our club, not just for what he's produced on the pitch, but also for the way he's conducted himself as a professional. He's played a major role across 2 successful stints with City, and we've all enjoyed watching him develop into one of the country's brightest attacking talents. While we were keen to extend his stay and continued discussions with Celtic, we fully support Marco's ambition to once again challenge himself in Europe. We thank him for everything he's contributed to Melbourne City and wish him every success in the next stage of his career," he concluded. This loan to Rapid Vienna gives Tillio a new platform in a league that has helped many young attackers develop. The Austrian Bundesliga should offer him more consistent first-team minutes as he looks to sharpen his game. The option for Rapid to make the move permanent shows faith in what Tillio can bring. It also gives the player a clear target, knowing a longer stay is possible if he reaches the required number of games. From Celtic's point of view, the move fits with their approach of sending young players out to gain experience at a good level. It also opens the door to either bringing him back more ready or completing a permanent move. Now, stepping away from the A-League again, the focus will be on how quickly Tillio adapts to his new surroundings. If he makes the most of it, this could be a key stage in a career that's already taken him across the globe. Now, for the main story, with Daizen Maeda's future still up in the air, one of his teammates has spoken openly about how important he is to the squad. Arne Engels, now a regular presence in the side himself, was full of praise for the Japanese winger after another strong season in the hoops. Maeda ended the year as Celtic's top scorer and picked up several individual awards, catching the eye for his relentless style of play and the role he plays around the camp. With transfer talk picking up again, Engels was asked how he'd feel if Maeda was on the move. The midfielder made it clear he wants him to stay. Speaking with a smile, Engels joked he'd even go to extreme lengths to stop Maeda leaving before the window closes. Behind the humour, his respect for Maeda's all-round impact was obvious. Under Brendan Rodgers, Maeda has been one of the most consistent players, bringing energy, pace and commitment every time he's on the pitch. Rodgers said this: "Hopefully he's an amazing player and also really good for us and in the dressing room too. He's a lovely guy, so hopefully he will stay. We never know what is going on. He would be fantastic for us next year, and like today also. He's just an amazing person that is really helping us in every kind of aspect of the game," he said. Maeda's work rate and attitude have been key parts of his time at Celtic since he joined from Yokohama F. Marinos. Whether he's pressing high or chasing back to defend, he's been a big part of how Brendan Rodgers wants his team to play. Engels' words show just how much Maeda is valued by those around him. His teammates clearly see more than just a good player. They see someone who lifts the whole group with the way he carries himself. With teams across Europe keeping an eye on Celtic's top performers, Rodgers and his staff could face a tough few weeks ahead. Holding on to important players like Maeda might be just as big as signing new faces. Right now, Maeda is still firmly part of Rodgers' plans. But with the squad close and players like Engels keen to keep things together, what happens in the rest of the window could be crucial. In other news, with questions still hanging over Brendan Rodgers' future beyond the 2025 to 2026 season, Pat Nevin has suggested Damien Duff could be a possible replacement, a name that's taken many by surprise. Rodgers' current deal runs out at the end of the upcoming campaign, and unless something changes soon, the next 5 months could be huge for Celtic's managerial plans. Rodgers has lifted 11 trophies in his time at the club, but there's a growing feeling this could be his final year in charge. Unless the board moves quickly to sort a new deal, a change in the dugout is firmly on the cards. Uncertainty over spending power and European ambition is only making things more uneasy. Duff, meanwhile, doesn't have much experience as a head coach. He won the Irish Premier Division with Shelbourne, but left shortly before their European qualifiers after a poor run of league results. While he did work on Celtic's coaching staff under Neil Lennon from 2019 until 2020, he's never managed at the top level in Scotland. The idea of Duff replacing Rodgers has raised more than a few eyebrows. Celtic's recent managers have all had strong CVs and experience to back them, from Brendan Rodgers in his first spell to a somewhat underwhelming Neil Lennon return to Ange Postecoglou's underrated background in Asian and international football. Bringing in someone with Duff's short track record would mark a big shift from that approach. Nevin said this: "It would work for Damien Duff. He played for the Republic of Ireland, a big link there with a lot of the Celtic fans as well. Would they like a big name sometimes? They most probably would, Ange Postecoglou or someone, but when you give somebody a good chance at that level, they've done their years of coaching elsewhere, they've done the hard yards, and also you give them a good job, which is right. Here's quite a lot of money in comparison to everybody else in your league. Here's a good team as well. It must be a temptation. But it won't come down to the heart, it'll come down to the head with Celtic. They'll look around the world and they'll probably have quite a few more names. Because remember, Ange wasn't in the top 10 in the betting when they brought him in," he concluded. Duff being mentioned shows just how uncertain the search for a new manager could get if Rodgers decides to move on. With little experience managing at a high level, giving him the Celtic job would be a huge gamble. The club has usually gone for managers with solid records, especially ones who've won trophies on a consistent basis. The next 5 months will be crucial, with fans keeping a close eye on what happens. Will the board try to tie Rodgers down to a new deal soon, or wait until the end of the season to make a decision? With a packed schedule ahead, any delay could make things even harder. Dermot Desmond and the board have a big call to make. Do they stick with Rodgers and back him properly, or take a chance on someone like Duff, who's unproven at this level? It's a major moment in shaping what comes next after Rodgers. With no clear plan yet and the clock ticking, pre-season could quickly turn into a nervous wait. Whether Duff stays in the conversation or fades from the picture will likely depend on how long Celtic leave it before showing their hand. Lastly, Johnny Kenny added to his case for more minutes in Brendan Rodgers' side with another goal in Saturday's 4-0 win over Newcastle United. The forward reacted quickly to a poor mistake from Nick Pope, calmly slotting the ball home to score his second in 4 pre-season outings for the Hoops. Rodgers has no shortage of options through the middle, with Kenny competing alongside new boy Shin Yamada, promising youngster Callum Osmond, and Irish international Adam Maeda. Daizen Maeda is also capable of playing centrally if needed. Still, Kenny is backing himself to make an impact and continue delivering goals whenever he's given the chance to play. He said this after the 4-0 win against the Toon: "I want to go out every day in front of the manager and make a claim for the position. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of rotation, but I want to be in there chipping in with goals for this amazing club." The more competition, the better. Every day is a challenge at big clubs. Adam Maeda is my fellow countryman, and us Irish look after each other, and he's been brilliant with me since I came back in through the door. Daizen too, he's a joy to play with. You can never write him off. He's amazing. To play with someone like that is a joy. It was great to get a run out again. To get a goal was a bonus. The manager has been brilliant with me, giving me the opportunity to play against big opposition. I just want to take it and learn every day. It was a tough test physically and mentally, but we handled it very well. The manager said before the game, we can beat them with the pace on the ball and moving the ball, and we were very good that way, he concluded. Kenny opened the scoring after Nick Pope misjudged a back pass, with the 22-year-old quick to pounce and finish. It was another example of his sharp movement in the box, the kind of instinct that might earn him more chances from Brendan Rodgers as the real action approaches. What are your thoughts on these? Let us know down in the comment section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.